Microphone check, 1 2 1 2.
Big wedge, let's close it up.
How to keep those fighters off our back?
Right with you, boss.
Luke, at that speed, will you be able to pull out in time?
Be just like Beggar's Canyon back home.
We'll stay back far enough to cover you.
My scope shows the tower, but I can't see the exhaust port. You sure the computer can hit it?
Watch yourself. Increase speed full throttle.
What about that tower?
You worry about those fighters. I'll worry about the tower. R2, that stabilizer's broken loose again. See if you can't lock it down.
Fire, coming in, point 3. I'm hit. I can't stay with you. Get clear, Wet.
You can't do any more good back there.
Sorry.
Let him go. Stay on the lead.
Hurry, Luke, they're coming in much faster this time. We can't hold them.
R2 trying to increase the power.
Hurry up, Luke. Wait!
Wait!
Rebel base, 30 seconds and closing.
I'm on the leader.
Hang on now, too.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
The force is strong in this one.
Luke, trust me.
His computer's off. Luke, you switched off your targeting computer. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm all right.
I lost our Q.
The Death Star has cleared the planet. The Death Star has cleared the planet. Rebel base in range.
You may fire when ready.
Commence primary ignition.
I have you now. What?
Look out.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Stand by. Stand by.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this very special streaming night here on GrifballHub, or rather on twitch.tv/GrifballHub for GrifballHub, home of all your griffing and balling needs. We have a very special stream tonight, the GGL Championship of Watch and Awe versus A Righteous Kill. So you just finished watching what Crusader0102, or should we say R2D20102, created for Watch and Awe, a bit of a propaganda piece to get his team psyched and to get the fifth man on the court, the crowd into it and on their side. So right now we are a couple minutes away from tip-off, waiting for the teams. They are currently in custom lobbies, getting themselves warmed up, psyched up, and ready for this championship match. So it should be a fantastic series. It is a best of 3 series, so who knows what lies in store for us. On one hand, we have A Righteous Kill, and they're currently undefeated. I'm sorry, M15982. Credit for the R2D20102. Apologies, credit where credit is due. That was yours. I do believe that Shadow S16 Skywalker was one of them that was also shouted out as well, possibly by Pac-Man. And there was another one, Luke Shadowwalker, I think is what it was, and Princess Leia. So it was all excellent. But right now we are, while waiting for the teams to join us in this lobby, a little bit about who is on the court tonight. So first up, we have A Righteous Kill, who I mentioned, are currently undefeated. They have not dropped a game, to my knowledge, throughout the entire regular season for a fact, and it doesn't look like one throughout the playoffs either. From the reporting, it looks like every single playoff conference that they've had has gone in 2 games, so they still have not dropped a goal yet. And this is not the first time that ARC comes into the playoffs undefeated. They are Spring League 2013 champions, and that was the season that they also had an undefeated streak. So perhaps that Death Star is well earned. So the captain of A Righteous Kill is Nets Pride, who currently has kind of the triple crown, I guess, of championships, because he's had consecutive back-to-back-to-back EUGBL, GGL, and AGLA championships to his name. So he's looking to add another one onto the pile. And included on his roster are Noplex, Kid Tonga, Ace Be Silent, Alpha Turtle, Infection, Jester, Utah Jazz Freak, Solace 8, and KSI Gambit. In the opposite corner, we have Watch and Awe, who actually had some losses, so not perfect this season by any stretch, but as they say on their About page, a star-studded team that is the post-4 guys, 1 ball era. This team is captained by Shadow S16, or as it was mentioned in the chat box, Shadowwalker, Luke Shadowwalker. And his roster includes General Bourbon, Dragon Guy 55, Lightsaber, Crusader0102, Ragemore Nerd, I'm Shad, Piggies, D-Cleek, and Sabosaurus Rex. So 2 star-studded rosters here tonight that we have to be on display. The teams are currently jumping into the lobby, so why don't I go ahead and take us there so you can see who we have loading up for you. All right, so we have the venerable members of Watch and Awe in the lobby right now. We have Crusader, Sab, Shadow and Piggy. Saints is apparently the neutral host for tonight. I was talking with Rage, who's also a member of Watch and Awe, and he was very disappointed that he couldn't be here tonight. He told me that this was the very first time that his team has been in the championship, and he hasn't been in there to play. So he's very disappointed that he wasn't able to make it. So right now we are just waiting for a righteous kill to show up. So props to Watch and Awe. They get my vote for being here relatively on time. So as soon as we get the other team in and they are given the proper host check, which I'm sure the teams will want, then we will be ready to go. So I know earlier we asked on Twitter for some predictions for tonight's match, and it seemed pretty balanced. It didn't seem like there was one team who was leading the other. So it was about 50-50 between a Righteous Kill and Watch and Awe. So feel free to give your predictions in the chat box, whether the score of the games, whether it's going to be a 2-game series, a 3-game series, who's going to win what. It's all up in the air. Two really fantastically matched teams, and we will see what happens. And we'll be underway just as soon as a Righteous Kills joins the fray. All right, here we are, some initial predictions. Pac-Man's calling for a 3-game series, Watch and Not taking it in 2 5-4s, and the dropped game going to a 4-5. So he's predicting pretty much the closest kind of competition that you can have in Grifball, which is not a bad guess considering. And right now we have, looks like a Righteous Kill has joined us, Ace Be Silent, Infection, Nets Pride, and Solace. Currently running the host check, so I'm sure as soon as this is completed, we will be underway. So give me just a second to check in with the teams. May the force be with you. All right, so we are underway. I got the team muted. You guys are unmuted. Sorry, I was talking with the teams. And just letting Crusader know that I appreciate his Grand Moff Tarkin reference with Net's Pride, and that I actually know who Grand Moff Tarkin is. So I'm very, very proud of that. Grand Moff, Net's Pride. And here we go. I'm not going to lie. I totally said, may the force be with you before we started the game. I don't think I could geek out any harder if I tried. So here we are. And again, so I am your commentator, Goose Checka. We are being neutral hosted by the very gracious Saints the God who is next to me in the host box. And this is your Watch and Awe versus the Righteous Kill GGL Summer League 2014 Championship match series game set, whatever you want to call it. It is underway, and it is Watch and Awe who comes up with the ball first. A little bit of a tenuous moment here as the teams feel one another out. The host check is complete. Everybody is satisfied with the connection, and it is Watch and Awe on the back end. Everybody just kind of getting a feel for the connection, getting a feel for the rhythm. And see here, Watch and Awe is not the vantage point I have, so I will have a hard time. I will call out their names when I can. That was Piggy with the ball. She passes it back. And Watch and Awe is going to hold on to it for right now. A Righteous Kill putting up some pretty solid pressure. Since I am on their team, I'll be able to call out their names a little bit better. So Mango's making predictions for the first crouch of the game. I don't know, from right now, Mango, it seems pretty smooth right now. So we might get through an entire round, possibly even an entire game, maybe even an entire series. Shifting to the far side, Watch and Awe surrounded. The runner in trouble. Net's Pride steps up, gets the kill. I think that was Crusader who put the ball up. And it is to safety. Watch and Awe shifting to the near side, now coming down the corridor nearest to the announcer's box. They got two tanks forward. There is only Solace there. He's able to hold him off just long enough for his defense to come to his aid. That's Shadow S16 who was on the press, and Wiley passes the ball back. Watch and Awe playing very much in the traditional four guys, one ball style of possession, possession, possession. And again, it is Solace putting heavy pressure on the runner. But so far, Watch and Awe is withstanding the onslaught of the Righteous Kill tanks. So that is a little bit like warding off the TIE fighters in the trench run on the Death Star. They are certainly navigating all the narrow alleys and the trenches. The runner dodges, runs, jumps, puts it up. That's Crusader. Ball drops dangerously close to Solace, but it is Watch and Awe who come up with it once again. A Righteous Kill still have yet to put hands on the ball. Runner now all alone at half court, can have to drop back. Infection on point, joined by Solace. That is Ace on the far side, and Net's now in the center. Runner's in the corner, playing very steady, very cautiously. Tank's doing a good job of protecting the runner. Runner doing a really good job of creating space when possible. A bit of a brawl right beneath the announcer's booth here, hard to kind of keep track, but it is a Watch and Awe who are making a press for the goal. Runner went a little bit wide, got away from his tanks, and that protection collapsed, and now the runner wisely passes it off as the Nets threatens. So we have Hootenanny in the chat box cheering for Watch and Awe. I think Mango's cheering for Saints, you know, or for, maybe Mango's cheering for me. That would make me feel good. A Righteous Kill being very steady in their attack, managing to keep separation even in tight spaces. Betrayal to the minimum. Nets jumps, and it looks like the ball's deflected. Not quite sure who got a hammer on it, but it still falls to Watch and Awe. And here comes Watch and Awe. They are now on the attack. All three tanks forward. A Righteous Kill having to set up their blue wall defense, doing what they can. Runner threatening, fancying a look in. Oh, so close. He puts up. He looks like he feints, like he was going to pass the ball to whomever's on the plan. I can't quite make out who that is, but they put up quite the fight Now, runner, there's two people on the plant. Pass it up, deflected. Net with the Franklin deflection. Just got rid of what would absolutely have been, without a doubt, a watch and awe score. So Righteous Kill hip to watch and aw's game. They felt that one coming. Just brilliant defense by watch and awe. And by watch and awe, I mean a Righteous Kill. I guess because I'm watching in awe at that defense. So that was a Righteous Kill with the amazing stop. I think it will be attributed to Net's pride. That is Ace with the ball. He's seconded by Infection. Infection gets taken out. Ace all alone. Reluctant to drop back. Solace stepping in. There must be someone by the plant because I'm only seeing... Oh, there we go. Okay, all four members of a Righteous Kill are on the respawn. Some stutter stepping. A Righteous Kill, again, not anxious to get rid of the ball. They had a hard time getting it back. Tried to get the double stiff arm, but it is Piggies with the kill. Watch and awe with the ball. Can they do anything on the counterattack? No! Piggies puts the ball up just in time. Deflected by Infection, but that actually was probably beneficial for watch and awe. I can only imagine the grumblings and the eye rollings from a Righteous Kill at that turnover, because getting the ball out of watch and aw's clutches is a tedious affair. So even though on Twitter it seemed kind of 50-50 about who was cheering for who, it seems the chat box seems to be a bit friendlier to watch and awe. That's the second stiff arm for the runner. Dropping all the way back, got into a bit of a tangle with Solace. Tanks come to the rescue. Now on the far side, Infection's taken out, and watch and awe turn their eyes up the court. Still on the far side, watch and awe flocking together. It would make any goose proud. Creating a perimeter around their runner, but the back end of that triangle falls out, and that's Ace Be Silent going after Crusader. Crusader, though, gets the ball off well. Another pass in with a deflection, and that puts the ball up in dangerous territory. Nets almost gets there, but once again, watch and awe being fleet of foot and of hand. They managed to get the ball thrown back to their plant, lands dangerously in their halo, but once again, still in their possession. Yes, and for those who noticed, the Red Panda himself, Rage More Nerd, is not here tonight. A rumor has it that he is currently delivering pizzas, otherwise known as he is at work. Once again, watch and awe on the defensive, trying to get themselves out of their own spawn as a Righteous Kill is slowly hemming them in. Infection on the goal line, joined by Solace. They have the runner pinned, and they have gotten this down to a science. That is, Infection picks it up, and that's going to be the first goal of the night by Infection. That was quite impressive. They were able to deflect the ball, once again just throwing watch and awe off their game, and it resulted in a very unfortunate drop for watch and awe, and Infection just has to press the mind to be there, pick it up, and drive it on home. So 1-0, a Righteous Kill versus watch and awe. A Righteous Kill win the tip-off without too much trouble, and now they are on the instant attack. They've got all three tanks forward. They're looking to make this kind of a pro run, but watch and awe finally find their feet, dig in, and are able to evict a Righteous Kill from the spawn. Runner getting ping-ponged around a bit, but finally finds his feet. Now charging forward, he's got Ace in front of him, has to drop back to get a stiff arm. No, that is Infection who's running. Very aggressive, very willing to just jump into the fray there. He gets bounced back, maybe for the best. There is Ace up top on the far side, gets taken out, and a trade. And there we go. So there is a pass. Yeah, a very, perhaps a pass or even a turnover. Couldn't quite tell which came first. And I believe it is, nope, that is Nets Pride with the ball for a righteous kill, who is forced to run all the way back in order to find some help from his teammates. Ace doing his best to thwart the enemy presence, but Watch and Awe is all over the runner, running, jumping, passing to the far side before he's sword sniped, and that's going to go to Solace. Solace has a little bit of help from Ace Be Silent, Infection at the top. Nets Pride joining him at the center. They seem to be a little bit spread out now, a lot of room for Watch and Awe to run through the lanes to go after the runner. Regrouping, a righteous kill now, forming up their ranks, but again, another large cavernous hole that Watch and Awe is just waiting to seize upon. 2 tanks on the runner. Runner puts the ball up, throws it back to his plant. Nets is there, and the runner, which was Solace, just goes ahead and keeps on doing what he's doing. He's up top. He is in the spawn. He's got his marshmallows and his graham crackers and his chocolate, and he's ready to set up camp. Finally taken out, and Nets is stabbed in the back, but not before Ace can grab the ball right out of the air. Ace throws the ball back down, and the ball will wander into Nets Pride's hands. Sad neutral host is Saints, and I'm going to guess that both. I'm not quite sure if one team picked it over the other, to be honest. I couldn't quite tell. But he joined the lobby when Watch and Awe joined, so I would guess that he was their pick. It's very possible that both teams like him, because he seems to have a pretty clean host and a pretty good connection. So we'll see whether they want to swap hosts out or not. And we have a crouch. So congratulations for anybody who predicted that the first crouch would happen before the second round, or rather during the second round. During this break, I'd like to give a shout out to Camelback for their 33-ounce water bottles, which will be sustaining me through this endeavor. Not sure what's going on. Everybody seems to be here. Let me listen in. Nope, nothing's being said. So and apparently whatever hiccup had occurred has cleared, and the teams are back at it. Runner all alone is in a tough spot, just gets absolutely slayed down, and that is Sabosaurus Rex coming up with the ball for a Watch and Awe. He took out Nets Pride. There was nothing Nets could do. He was all alone. There was no escape. Watch and Awe now with possession, looking to even the score. Despite their predominance of possession during the last round, it was a righteous kill who came up with the first point of the game off of a great defensive stop, or rather defensive play by a hammer swing. Watch and Awe once again very studiously and adeptly going down the court on the far side. They have someone running down the center trying to get open. Runner keeping all of his options open. That is Crusader, passes the ball back knowing that his time is limited. Watch not having to restart out of their own spawn. Shifting to the far side, tanks pushing forward, trying to leave Solace in the dust. Solace is taken out, but does well to kind of prevent the offense from spreading out just a little bit too much. Infection trying to cut the route on the runner. Gets taken out. Runner in a one-on-one with Solace. Trades, but not for the ball is... Well, I don't think you really even call that a pass. I'm going to call that a fumble. But it's recovered by Watch and Awe. Sab passes it back off. I'm going to guess that's to Crusader. In that far corner, passes far side, and Watch and Awe aiming high now on their passes, having been burned by deflections before. Nets hot on the runner, trailing him. Gets stiff armed for his troubles as Watchnaw rally around their runner. I have a feeling that we're in for a long match tonight. So I hope everybody has their popcorn and their water bottles. Got to stay hydrated. It's a grueling event. Watchnaw still contained on their half of the court. If someone being sneaky going down the far side. And 2 tanks staying with the runner. Those 2 defensive tanks fell out of favor, though, and now the runner's on the run from Ace Be Silent. Far side, Watchnaw on the press. They have 1 tank up top doing well in the spawn. They've left 1 member of Righteous Kill behind, so they momentarily had numbers on their side, at least evenly. And it wasn't to be for them. They get rebuffed. Trying their luck on the near side. Switching to the far side, Watchnaw shooting the lane. Runner ahead of his tanks, drawing some of the other enemy tanks towards him. They have someone wide open in the center court, but it looks like Nets Pride is going to pick him up. Oh, the attention did help because the runner had a little bit of room to run, but was not able to get the ball off in time. It's a turnover, and a Righteous Kill is going to pick up the ball. So once again, a Righteous Kill forcing Watchnaw to make a mistake, and they're going to do their best to punish them for it. They are on Watchnaw's spawn, looking to tank themselves in. Not going to be this time. Infection having to drop back after his runner. I think that's Solace, who's currently running, gets stabbed in the back. Piggy's with the kill, but then it's reciprocated and with Infection on the defensive stop. It is a Righteous Kill who pop up a deflection of a pass once again. It falls in favor of Watchnaw. So after all of that, Watchnaw get the ball back. If you are just joining us, welcome to this GGL Championship stream. We have Watchnaw versus the Righteous Kill. Righteous Kill is undefeated this season, even in the postseason. Watchnaw, I believe, was 17-4 in the regular season, and obviously did well enough in the playoffs to make it here. So a cross-court pass all the way back to his own spawn. Watchnaw, the epitome of patience. In trouble, Shadow passes the ball back. It's caught out of the air, coming near side. At Solace with the lunge, gets the kill. Ball drops almost at Infection's feet. The ball is a toss-up, and it is Ace Be Silent who's going to come up with it. So great heads-up play by a Righteous Kill. That was, again, Solace who got the lunge and forced the turnover. The Infection gave his runner a little bit of a bump there because Nets was up top. They're trying to crash forward while they've got the numbers. They have 2 tanks now up against Watchnaw who are on the respawn, scrambling to get their defense in line. Righteous Kill now has 3 tanks forward. Nope. Nets is on the plant. Runner gets 1 stiff arm. He's going to go. Gets a 2nd stiff arm and then stopped. Piggy's with the epic goal line stop. One has to think if the runner had not gone for that 2nd, would he have made it? It's impossible to tell him. We'll never know. But that detour might have cost the goal. So things livening up here a little bit. Both teams getting a little more faster and looser, and put the ball up. Once again, Solace on the runner. Runner brazenly crossing his halo, goes in, gets the stiff arm against Ace Be Silent. And now Watchna is on the attack. 3 tanks forward, trying to break that righteous kill line. Having a hard time of it, Ace Be Silent being a particular problem for Watchna. Runner now all alone, cut off by 2 tanks. Tanks splitting, trying to get rid of the defense. Solace has been quite the pest for the runner this evening. And tanks all gone again now. It's Nets who's on the attack. Runner having to just basically strafe side to side to find any kind of room. He's in a 3-on-1 now, puts the ball up, just throws it to center court. There's nobody there, but there's nowhere else for it to go. But what Sab, I can't tell who that is. It was Piggies who was there, which he needed to. A pass to the far side. Shadow once again, pass back to Pigs. Oh, so close. Rapid fire passing, really putting a righteous kill on their heels. And all of that came out of what looked like a desperation pass. So pretty unfortunate for Watchna there that didn't result in a score, because that was quite the impressive display of passing prowess. And even though Righteous Kill came up with the ball, it is now Watchna's once again. They have done so well at maintaining possession, and then when they've lost it, forcing the turnover. But for all their defensive stops and their tanking game, they are having quite a time doing anything against the Righteous Kill defense. An uncharacteristic overthrown pass. Infection steps the challenge and is taken out. Runner right beneath. That's Sab, who passes the ball back across the center. So now you have Sab up top. And he's joined by, I can't quite tell who that was. Most likely Crusader has the ball. Righteous Kill doing everything they can. They've been cornering the runner. They've been lunging. They've gotten the turnovers, but you know, well, at the end of the day, they are 1-0, which is not nothing. But keep in mind that there's a lot of Grifball to play. There are 9 rounds in these league matches, and it is a best-of-3 series. So we have 1 point down out of a possible, what is that? 27? Yeah, out of a possible 27 points that could be scored. Ball just snatched right out of the air and was deadly as Ace almost got that lunge. Righteous Kill having to track back. Pigs puts the ball up, back to the center. Watch doing a really good job of moving the ball around. Someone in the spawn to draw attention. 2 tanks up top. It's amazing how close a Righteous Kill plays. Their tanks are almost elbow to elbow, but you will likely almost never see a betrayal. They are so careful and so perfectly spaced, and that's why it can be one reason why it's so hard to tank past them. Is not only are they fantastic tanks, they have really, really fantastic spacing. Just as a reminder, we are only in round 2. There is only 1 point scored in this game, and we've probably been going on for about 15 minutes. So this is going to be a long haul. And again, this is only game 1 of a possible 3. Watching on strafing near side. Run, jump, stab, death. But the runner got the ball off in time. Near side once again. Runners in the 3v1 situation. Everybody on Righteous Kill jumping, putting their hammers to the ball, doing their best to deflect as they did before, which is what resulted in a goal. Piggies puts the ball up. It's deflected by Ace Be Silent. It's going to finally fall in the corner. Watch not come up with it. Gets 1 stiff arm against, I think that was Infection. Throws the ball back. And Watch not, again, just using their passing and their spacing to maintain possession, even though they seem to be having a hard time breaking through a Righteous Kill's defensive shell. As for long games, nobody on this court are unfamiliar. The guys on Watch and Awe, least of all, they have a good press here. Best look they've had all night. But it's not to be. The runner's in trouble, puts the ball up, and it's going to have to be a reset. Yes, individuals like Crusader, or those who were on 4 guys, 1 balls, knows what a 2.5-hour game is like. So there is these guys know endurance, and they're not shy. Ace be silent right behind the runner, caught between a rock and a hard place, or rather a nets and an ace be silent place, and somehow comes out of that alive. Some chaos and confusion on the plant, but Watch and Awe emerge from it. Ace be silent causing a lot of problems for Watch and Awe on the spawn. Runner's going to be in a world of trouble. That Sabosaurus Rex passes it back. So Mango calling for the fact that this series probably won't be finished tonight, that this game will go on for so long that everybody will be past their bedtimes or will otherwise be indisposed. Runner runs, jumps, and instead of going with it, passes it back. That conservative style play that 4 guys 1 ball was known for is coming through here with Watch and Awe. Solace gets a kill on the runner and forces a very unfortunate turnover for Watch and Awe right on their plant. A Righteous Kill is threatening. This is how they got their last goal, is by countering and capitalizing on a mistake just like that one. A Righteous Kill has all 3 tanks forward. That's a lot of pressure for Watch and Awe to have to rebuff. So far, they seem to be doing a solid job of it. And it gets the lunge. That was Piggies with the lunge on, I think that was Solace. The ball does go back to our Righteous Kill, but Piggies is someone that we've streamed several times on Wednesday Night Griff Brawl and Thursday Night Griff Brawl, and she has always been just a vicious defender. Watch and Awe collapsing down onto the runner, and the ball gets passed forward. It is a toss-up. We'll see who gets there first. That is Ace with the ball, picks it up, and unfortunately his swing for him didn't help him out too much, and then it's back in Watch and Awe's possession. So things picking up a little bit here. Really great push by Watch and Awe. This could be it. And it is. That is Crusader, who runs something through the size a truck could fit through. And puts up the very first point of the night for Watch and Awe. And so we are now 1-1. As it goes to show you just need one good series of positive events, and you never know what's going to happen. So Watch and Awe almost looked like they went for a Flowers or maybe even a pro run there. Didn't work out for them. Gets the kill, though. Ace Be Silent goes down. That is Shadow of 16 credited with the kill. Runner running, jumping, that's Infection. Gets slayed, but not before he passes the ball to nobody. There's nobody in that corner. It is a toss-up. Watch and Awe scrambling to get there first. Under pressure, Ace Be Silent. No, it is Watch and Awe who come up with it, and they pass it back. So a hectic start to this 3rd round. Watch and Awe holding steady, calming things down a bit after that chaotic start. So on behalf of everybody at GrifballHub, I want to thank everybody who's come out tonight to support these 2 teams. They really do enjoy your support in the chat box, so feel free to cheer for your chosen victor, for your tribute, I guess. Danger, danger for Wachina. But again, they always come out of those with just somehow miraculously, and now they're on the counterattack. All right, Mingo predicted a 7-goal run for one of the teams because he predicted an 8-1 victory. So we'll see if that comes to light. Pigs puts the ball up, passes to the commentators. Nets is going to retrieve it. Nets is killed. That is Shadow who gets credited with the kill and manages to pop the ball back out to Sab, who then passes it back to, I'm going to guess, Crusader. So some good hand-eye coordination by Wachina when it comes to the passing acrobatics. So the runner just making a run for it, drawing the tanks to him, and then finally puts the ball back. So Wachina, having learned quickly about a Righteous Kill's adaptation to their passing defense. Some trouble for Wachina on their spawn, and it's Solace who comes with the ball. Ace be silent in the spawn, but is driven out by Wachina. So it's a bit of an arms race here. Wachina comes in passing, and then a Righteous Kill starts deflecting their passes, even scores off deflecting one of their passes. So Wachina switches it up by delaying or running forward and taking advantage because a Righteous Kill starts jumping and trying to deflect their passes. So we'll see what is the next in that Grifball arms race. A Righteous Kill on the attack, runner high. He's got Solace on the far side. Infection in the center, passes all the way back. Oh no, looks like it's a deflection. I was going for Ace. It finally does get to him, but not after some pressure. Ace with the ball. Solace still up top, Nets and right by Ace, and Infection trailing up. And if you're just joining us, yes, this is game 1 of the GGL Summer League 2014 Championship Series of Wachina versus a Righteous Kill. So yes, game 1, round 3, and we've been going for about 20 to 30 minutes, so we're in for the long haul. A Righteous Kill now getting some time on possession. Nets is in trouble, passes it forward where Solace doesn't quite get to it, still searching for the ball, and it's going to be a Wachina pickup. So unfortunately, a Righteous Kill really does need to hold on to the ball a little bit more because right now Wachina is really dominating the time of possession. If Arc wins, Nets will have a quadruple because Nets already has a triple. He's got a GGL, an AGLA, and an EU GBL ship all in sequence. So he's already got the triple crown. We'll see if this brings him the quadruple crown, or whatever we're going to call it. Wachina in trouble. Solace goes after the runner, which is Sab. Sab passes to the far corner. Shadow gets the ball and doesn't waste any time, passes it right back to, I'm going to guess, Crusader. And it's all hands on deck as they try to push forward, but Ace Be Silent puts an end to that pretty quickly. So we have some international support for Wachina as Quack here is apparently cheering for them. He's sporting his Wachina fan status. Beautiful pass forward. We'll see what comes of it. Oh! Gets the kill, but the Nets with the sword. Beautiful heads-up play by Wachina. A run-on ball that, unfortunately, the person running onto it had to kill 2 tanks. If it had been 1 tank, it would have been done. But unfortunately, killing 2 tanks and getting to the ball was a little bit too much for Wachina at that point. But here comes a Righteous Kill. Looking to walk it in, and they do. Nets Pride, easy to like, takes it for a stroll, walks it on in, and that is, I think, a much briefer round than the previous 2. So back and forth we go into round 4. And keep in mind, this is game 1 of a best-of-3 series. So although both teams definitely are looking to take this one home, it is the result of this game is not the end-all to be-all. Watch it not get a solid tip-off, and then is he going to go for it? It looks like he might. He might. Oh, infection! Infection with the epic stop. I can't believe that. I thought for sure Wachina was going to walk that in and rebuttal, but no, infection stands tall and just says, wow. No, Shad, this is game 1. We are still on game 1. A Righteous Kill has their tanks forward. They have Ace Be Silent in the spawn, which is never a good thing for anybody. He is tearing it up. Runner goes and gets it. That's Nets who drives it home for the next point. So just like that, it is 3-1 for a Righteous Kill over Wachina. The floodgates are opening. Wachina is hitting their stride, and we'll see if, or rather, Righteous Kill is catching. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. I can't even word. Wachina on the tip-off. Huge air. A little bit off target. Was not able to stay on target. And runs up, gets a stiff arm, gets Solace, tanks it wide open, and Shadow S16 answered immediately back. So suddenly these two teams decided to show up and play some Grifball. We are now at 3-2, and we have scored more in the past 5 minutes since Shad showed up than we have in the past 20. So Shad, hang around, buddy. So I guess both teams drank their Red Bull spikers, because here they go. Looking for a pro one. Will it happen? Stutter step, double kill, and bounced out. Solace saves it, but it's not enough. Shadow off the backboard, puts up point 2, and we have a tie game. 3-3. Well, that's a dramatic turn of events. All right, so we're at 3-3, and that happened rather quickly and unexpectedly. Wachina win the tip-off, and a Righteous Kill are now like sharks in the water, looking for blood. Their 2-point lead evaporating in the matter of moments. Ball thrown under pressure. Looks like Wachina's gonna be able to get it. Shifting to the far side, can't see him quite beyond this corner. But his tank's holding steady. A little bit of a jump there, and maybe a signal, maybe looking to try and feint a pass, but they got someone on the back door too. But it's taken out by Ace Be Silent. Runner has to drop back, wisely passes the ball off. A one-on-one up by the plate. Sabosaurus Rex passes the ball back. Wachina suddenly seeming to spark to life. Their hammers are in full swing, and they seem to be working pretty well. Runner gets into a one-on-one with Nets. He's got somebody on the plant, but separated from his tank, is going to have to drop back, which is really tough because he's got a tank up top doing work in the spawn, finally taken out by Infection. Runner and the 2 remaining tanks are making a play at it, but again, another close call by Wachina. A Righteous Kill. I must be reeling at this point. To have such a hard-fought first 2 rounds, even that 3rd round wasn't a walk in the park, and just to have suddenly out of nowhere Wachina just, I don't know, find their Red Bull wings and, I don't know, pray to the Red Panda God or something, but maybe Rage is with them. Crusader passes it back. And Wachina is all the way in the back. A bad paddle. Dangerous pass to the center, although there's no harm done. Runner dancing around in the center. His support has left him, and now he's stuck between two tanks. Manages to get the pass off and avoid the deflection. That's Net's Pride threatening, and he is quickly dealt with. Ball gets put up, and it is quite lucky that there was only Watchanaw there. It was just waiting for a righteous kill to swoop in and pick it up. Some chaos and confusion on the far side. It looks like Solace is going to force a turnover. He's got the ball. Net's in front of him. Here comes Infection. He passes it back, and that is Ace Besant who's going to pick it up. Ace in a one-on-one decides to drop back even further. So Righteous Kill gives up the positioning they had on the court and are now starting from scratch from their spawn. Runners in a one-on-one situation. Looks like he passed the ball off rather than try to get the stiff arm. Watchanaw hits it with a deflection. I'm not sure that was intentional, but either way, it's going to take a roll, and it's going to come up into their possession once again. If you're just joining us, this is our GGL Summer League 2014 Championship Series of a Righteous Kill versus Watchanaw. So I hesitated there because it looks like Watchanaw might. Well, here we go. It looks like they could go all the way, and they do. That is Crusader puts up the 4th point. And so now we move into a bit of sudden death, at least for a Righteous Kill. One more planned by Watchanaw, and it is game over. Of course, this is a best-of-3 series, so one loss doesn't mean everything, but it could mean quite a bit. There. Oh, shit, I went on the court. I'm going to go stand in the corner and die now. I swear I went backwards, but I guess the court didn't want me to, so apologies to the teams. I will just stand in the corner and cry. So when we say courtside view, we really do mean courtside view. A Righteous Kill with possession. That is Solace who puts it up. And I'm not even going to turn my head. I'm not even going to move. I know. I'm on court commentating. I apologize to everyone. I went backwards, and at least I thought I went backwards, and apparently I did not, or it took too long, so I ended up on the court. So apologies to teams, and I'm not even going to move to turn my head to go look at it, because I don't want to move at all, out of respect for both these teams. So it looks like a Righteous Kill still has it. Runner steps up, gets the stiff arm. Shifting back and forth. Strafing a little bit of different view here from the court. Yeah, good times. So, of course, this couldn't be one of the fast rounds, you know. This had to be a round that's going to get drawn out. Oh, that's how you know it's live here on GrifballHub. You can't write these things. Arcs still have possession, strafing against their back wall. And again, I'm not going to turn my head to track. I don't want to move at all. They're getting close to the action here. Righteous Kill. Runner looking to try and just find his own way and gets bounced back. Becoming a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more creative. Well, I know, Mango, but then I'd have to take my finger off the B button. And I don't want to take my finger off the B button because then I would stand up, and I don't want to stand up. So just going to sit here very quietly. A righteous kill still with possession. Yes, Pac-Man, if I put toggle on, then I'd have to go away from the game. So it's fine for now. Hi guys, how's it going? Yes, hello. Nice to see you too. Alright, so righteous kill. Passes the ball off. Stop hating on toggle, okay? Yeah, that's what I've decided to do, Mango. I'm actually using my other hand, so yeah. Well, here comes a righteous kill. Could they finish this game or finish this round so I can get off the court, please? Not that I'm wishing for anybody to score, but yeah, well, I'm not going to get on the wall either, Quack, because then I'd have to get up. So I'd rather just stay here. Looks like there was a turnover. And yep, there was a turnover, and watch and awe come up with it. Piggies passes the ball back. Ace makes a jump for it, but doesn't quite get there. Watching on now in the far corner. Coming down the near side wall. Thankfully goes away from the near side wall. Passes far side now. Runner gets the stiff arm. And is being rebuffed by a righteous kill. Their defense holding strong. For the record, Pac-Man, I went backwards. But my headphones fell out, so I think it took a little bit too long and I ended up on the court. But I went backwards, I swear to God. I swear to the Guardians I went backwards. Crusader puts the ball up far side, but I don't think anybody's there. Infection is the closest, but I think it bounced off the wall. Infection on the runner. Runner manages to dodge and weave. Passes the ball back. And it looks like Sab running onto it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't give it to me. Crusader with a solid tanking. And here comes Watch and Awe. Are they going to do it? Please say yes. I can. Okay, yay! Shadow got it. That is game for Watch and Awe. They take game 1. Okay. Whew. All right, backwards. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, so officially game 1 goes to Watch and Awe. Looks like they're going to try and finish it out with a pro run. Oh, shut down by Nets Pride. Just kind of killjoyed that moment. And now a righteous kill looking to finish strong. They have possession, and it is 9 rounds, so we do have one more round to go. And I do believe, and so I'm sure the chat box will correct me if I'm wrong, but if they want to change hosts and it comes down to a game 3, the team with the most goals will get to decide who that neutral host is. A righteous kill up on the wall hop. That must be Nets Pride. He's doing the Panton Nets Pride. Hop, skip, jump, and plants. So that is game. Game 1 goes to Watch and Awe, 5-4. But it is not over yet. This is only one game. Stay tuned for our next game. Well, let me check in with the players and make sure that they're still good to go. All right. So let's see here. Shadow at 2970, Piggies at 2605, Sav at 2425, Crusader at 2055, Ace at 3160, Nets at 2880, Solace at 1925, and Infection 1845. You can see quite a few defensive stops by everybody. There was one interception during the game, or I'm sorry, two interceptions during the game, one by Nets Pride and one by Crusader. KD, Shadow is negative 26, Piggy's positive 23, Sab positive 9, Crusader negative 21, Ace went positive 35, Nets negative 17, Solace negative 8, and Infection negative 19. So that is your spread for this very first game. KD spread in favor of Watch and Awe, but a very close match, 46 minutes, maybe a little bit shy of that as we had to take a break in the middle of it. But yeah. Are you guys ready for game 2? Or we need a break? So right now, I think we're waiting on a righteous kill. Everybody on Watch and Awe says that they are set and ready to go. I haven't heard anything from ARC at this moment, so they're probably just taking a couple seconds to collect themselves. You know, after a 46-minute game, bathroom breaks, stretching is always good. So as soon as a righteous kill is ready, we'll go into game 2. This is the first game a righteous kill has dropped the entire season. That includes playoffs. So it is no small feat for Watch and Awe. Now, Saints has stayed in the lobby, so I'm not sure if they are going to agree to continue to use his host for the next game or what's quite going on. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see. So if you need a break, you can just stretch it out, get some water. Now is your time to do so. All right, so it looks like we're ready to go now. All right, so if you are just joining us, welcome to Game 2 of the GGL SML14 2014 Championship Series. I am your commentator and streamer, Goose Checka. I am joined in the announcer's box by Saints, who is your neutral host this evening. On the court, we have a Righteous Kill and Watch and Awe. In Game 1, if you missed it, it was quite an exciting match. It was a 5-4 win by Watch and Awe. It came down to technically a 5-3. But a very close match the whole way around. Solace with the betrayal on his runner right underneath us, and it results in a Watch and Awe pickup. So here we are in Game 2. Now, if this is won by Watch and Awe, that means that they will be your GGL champion. If Righteous Kill can come back and take down the win, then we'll be going to a Game 3, a sudden death game. But we'll see how that goes. Right now, Watch and Awe looks like they're in a world of trouble. Runner is contained by, what was that, Infection and Ace, but still managed to get the ball out. That's something that Watch and Awe does very well, is move that ball around. Runner right beneath the announcer's booth, strafing up the side. He's got someone up top with him, leads two tanks in the dust. Could this be an early? Yes, it is. It is Shadow 16 who just sees the lane and is the lane and feels the lane, and it is all Shadow 16, not wasting any time putting points on the board. So that's pretty much the exact opposite of what happened last game. So we'll see whether this game is shorter, faster, or maybe both teams are just warmed up and ready to go. But a very first quick strike by Watch and Awe, planted by Shadow S16. And you can kind of, well, I guess one thing to note is that Righteous Kill had two players in the backfield, so they got themselves a bit off balance. And but it wasn't any kill tack or anything that got them there. Shadow just split the defense and took it home. I don't know how many goals Shadow has in this area. Obviously, he has one in this game. I think he had 2, or possibly 3 in the other game. So he's doing pretty well. And Watch and Awe threatening again. They're looking a little bit more confident now. Although the runner's in trouble, that's Crusader, passes the ball back and trades off with Infection. Watch and Awe dropping all the way back. Sab puts the ball up. A rare overshot by Watch and Awe. Runner finds himself in a Righteous Kill sandwich. Puts the ball up, goes to the far side, and they're still going to somehow maintain to that possession. And they've got someone up top, too, so Solace takes them out, which is very, very lucky. Pigs passes it back, and once again, Watch and Awe just kind of reestablishing themselves, getting themselves out of trouble. So after seeing Game 1, I'd be interested to see if anybody has any different predictions. How do you think Game 2 is going to go down? Do you think that a Righteous Kill is going to pull off a comeback, or is a Watch and Awe just going to take it in 2 and walk away with the ship? One thing to also consider is that the argument could be made that Watch and Awe isn't even playing their strongest lineup. Not that Crusader is anything to scoff at, but typically he has been his spot has been taken by Rage. So Rage obviously couldn't make it tonight. So it might, and Rage is a bit of a beefier tank than Crusader, or has the potential to be. And so Watch and Awe is playing tonight with, you could argue, not their best lineup, not their strongest tanking lineup at least, to go after the tanking nightmare that is a Righteous Kill. Crusader passes it off. And here comes Watch and Awe. Runner has two tanks with him. Tanks having to split up, staying up top and high. Runner steps up, fancies a go at Solace. Doesn't end well for him. Shadow manages to pick it up, pass it back to the Pig, and now Piggies has the ball for Watch and Awe. And they are just blazing a trail down the court, looking to get on that counterattack. All that's left is Ace Be Silent. Runner gets in, gets him, no, stopped! Solace with the stop once again. He may have, especially in that last game and with that one now, he may be the defensive MVP for a Righteous Kill. He has had some beastly turnovers and stops right at the last second. Just beautiful work by a Righteous Kill. Righteous Kill streaking down, looking to capitalize on a counterattack. Infection stepping up. That's Solace on the far side. So that is Nets Pride running. Again, Nets Pride has won 3 consecutive ships, one of the GGL, the AGLA, and the EU-GBL, but is taken out by Shadow S16, who passes the ball back to a little bit of aerial maneuvering and now is the top lead tank. Watch and Awe crashing down on a Righteous Kill's pad, looking to put more points on the board and move this game forward. They are only 4 points away. And somehow Crusader sneaks in there and puts it in the ring. And that is it. That is point 2 for Watch and Awe. They are now only 3 goals away from the championship. But it is not over for a Righteous Kill. There is still lots of Grifball to play, lots of opportunity to set things straight, to get back on track. Ball still contested. Finally, it looks like, who is that? That's Ace, I think, who came away with it. No, I'm sorry, that's Nets Pride, who came away with the ball, got kind of rocket shooed back into his own plant, but he's no worse the wear. All right, Righteous Kill really needing to turn on the awesomeness that is within them and turn this game around. Bigger comebacks have happened, but you don't want to have to rely on the comeback being real. One thing Watch and Awe has done very, very well this series is maintain possession. And I think a Righteous Kill, if they can do that, will have a very good chance. Here they go. They're storming the play right now. That's Solace in the lead. Betrayal on the plant. Runner gets a little impatient, a little aggressive, skirts around, and then gets taken out. And so that's Shadow S16 with the stop, coming up big for Watch and Awe. Now, one of the very awesome things about the GGL Championship is that you really do get to see probably, well, I guess, the best grifballers in the world out there doing what they do best, punching things in the face, smashing things with hammers, and stabbing things with swords. So if you like what you see, be sure to keep in mind that the next GGL season will be starting up in just a couple weeks. Our Winter League will be starting in early November, so you can sign up for that, bring your team, have some fun. The GGL next season, the Winter League season, will be split across Xbox One and Xbox 360. So if you've got one or both, you'll be able to play whichever console your heart desires. And yes, this is Game 2, PD. So Watch and Awe took Game 1 5-4, and now we're into Game 2 where they are up 2-0. You can actually see in the bottom left corner of your screen a small little piece of text saying that it's the score of Game 1. So again, be sure to think about signing your team up for the next GGL season. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be on Xbox One on the Master Chief Collection and as well as on Xbox 360. And even though it's a little bit further in the future, be sure to stay tuned for information about the Grifball Anniversary Cup. We did it last season, or last December. Sabosaurus Rex pass to the center. Oh, what a dangerous game Watchanaw played right there. They have tanks forward and a beautiful pass by Sab, but the spawn on a Righteous Kill just shut that down immediately. So heads up defense by a Righteous Kill. Apparently Quack has a sweat team. That sounds kind of gross, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, the Grifball Anniversary Cup will be again this December to celebrate Grifball's birthday. This year, it's Grifball number 7. 7 years old Grifball is turning, and we will be having another big tournament. And we're very, very excited to be able to share that all with you. That's in December, near the end of the GGL season. So those are some of the exciting things coming up. And of course, the next season of the AGLA will most likely be starting sometime in January. Watchanaw threatening. A Righteous Kill holding steady at their goal. Both teams under a lot of pressure right now, though Watchanaw probably feeling a little bit more confident or a little bit more at ease than Arc. Shadow going a bit crazy in the spawn there, but it is not enough. Runner has to drop back. Infection and Nest narrow the runner, but he passes the ball off way before he's in any danger. Runner on the far side looking to possibly cross it back. The Grifball Anniversary Cup will be on the Xbox One. And the reason for that is that if we are going to have a tournament that celebrates the best and the brightest in the Grifball leagues with possible prizes on the line, we want it to be on dedicated servers to be as stable and as fair as possible. It won't be perfect, but it'll be better than on the 360 servers. On PC, that's right. Now we're actually going to hold a LAN tournament, and everybody will fly out to Washington, D.C. and crash at Cal and I's place. Some clever ball movement by Watchanaw. Got to be very careful. Ball movement, not bowel movement. Very, very different things. Watchanaw having to reset on their own spawn, coming on the near side. Cross-court pass. Watchanaw maintaining possession. Runners in trouble. Have a step source reps. Cornered by Nets, and Solace gets the ball off just in time. Solace threatening right on the plant. Couldn't get Piggy. She escaped and passes the ball forward. And there was somebody there actually waiting, so great heads-up play by Piggies on the defense. No, a player cannot be in both the Xbox One division and the Xbox 360 division during the league. It is actually a technological constraint. It's like the database cannot have 2 people on 2 different teams during one season. So, no, you'll have to choose Xbox One or 360. Some chaos on the court. The ball got bounced around, and somehow Watchanaw came up with that. If I had instant replay at the ready, I would probably look at that again, because I'm not quite sure what just happened. Hi, Simon. That is Crusader, who's running, jumping, passing the ball. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion about who's going to pick it up. I think that's Piggies with the ball right beneath, going up, gets the stiff arm against Nets, strafing up to the top side. She's got some help with her. Cross-court pass wide open. And the runner kind of sits there and sets himself for a moment. Looks like a shotgun launch on the runner to try and clear him over the tanking line of Righteous Kill, but it didn't end well for them. Nevertheless, the ball is just skittering around Watchanaw, putting a ton of pressure on a Righteous Kill, trying to get the ball back. But yes, we're very much looking forward to Grifball at 60 frames per second. Crusader with a hammer kill on the runner, just absolutely destroying him midair. Watchanaw gets popped straight up, manages to land on his feet, and is skipping around Aceby. Yeah, Aceby silent there. That was Sabosaurus Rex put the ball up, passed it back to his teammates on the plant, and right now Wachina trying to come down this near side, find the lane towards the goal, and get one step closer to their championship. Ace Be Silent, though, not too fond of that idea, taking out 2 tanks, forcing a cross-court pass that was a little bit dangerous, a little bit skittish. Here comes Wachina. They had someone in the spawn who was doing a pretty good job, but it finally gets taken out. It's too late. The runner's going to have to drop back. So if you're just joining us, this is Game 2 of the series, and it is a best-of-3 series. So since Wachina won Game 1, they won it 5-4, technically 5-3. And so if they win this game, they will be your new GGL, or rather your only GGL SML14 2014 champions. Of course, if a Righteous Kill can rally and make a comeback, we'll go to a Game 3. Nets forces the turnover. Solace is there. And Solace, just not enough room for Solace to make anything happen. He passes it back, but it gets deflected by Wachina. The ball is just flying around the court, not really landing anywhere for anybody. And some quick movement by Wachina, and they're able to scoop it up and return possession to themselves. Well, welcome from New Zealand, ReactiveX. One of the hub owners, Rally Fox, he's actually in New Zealand visiting family. So we welcome our Kiwi brethren. Wachina still have possession. In trouble, though. Here comes Solace. Solace with the little hammer lunge to the face. He's got Infection in front of him. Infection takes out one and allows the rest of his teammates to catch up. Here is a Righteous Kill's chance to put some points on the board. Runner goes in for the stiff arm, does not get it. It is Sabosaurus Rex who takes him down. Despite his very tiny arms, he's able to swing that hammer and puts up a brilliant stop for Wachina. I don't know. I was going to say, Quack just mentioned it. There used to be an Oceanic Grifball League, which included Australia, New Zealand, and other south of the equator countries. Unfortunately, it fell apart. But yeah, that used to be a thing. Wachina reestablishing their tanking line. Trying to get their way to mid-court, but not turning out for them so well. A Righteous Kill holding steady and keeping Wachina contained. Runner running forward and then dropping back, running forward, dropping back again, trying to stretch that a Righteous Kill offense, trying to get some room for his tanks. Now I have all 3 tanks going forward, looking good for Wachina. This is a promising push for them, but of course, as soon as I say that, I curse them, and the runner has to retreat all the way back to the Halo to find his tanks. Leaving Nets Pride behind, everybody's pushing forward because I think that was Piggies. Piggies with the double! On a murdering rampage that Pig is. Wow. And again, that's so for a tank when you have such a beautiful series of kills in the spawn and it's not enough because your runner's not near you. So I feel your pain, Pigs. It hurts the soul. We have some commentary from the chat box on critiquing the Righteous Kill skill, and that arc seems to be, I believe the term is wasteful and allowing some turnovers that don't necessarily need to happen. And it's really tough because when you're playing against a team like Wachina, who tend to be much more conservative than your average bear, they can make even other conservative teams look wasteful. But there definitely have been turnovers, and it's made it a lot more difficult for a Righteous Kill. A Righteous Kill completely out of position. The runner's just going to haul ass and go for it because there's nobody back there. Finally, on the respawn, Sab passes the ball back. Overshot, though, which is uncharacteristic for Wachina. So to answer Reactive X's question, these two teams, they are the championship teams for the GGL. So if you and your team sign up for the GGL, you do have the chance to play against them. And by going to GrifballHub.com, you can actually ask for scrims and get into scrims with these players. They're really good at welcoming new community members who want to get involved. Yes, this is a league match that we're showing. It's our championship league match. And on GrifballHub.com, we run several different Grifball leagues. We have the GGL, which is our Good Games League. It is more of a recreational for the lulz kind of league, although as you can see from these two teams, it still has quite the competitive edge to it. We also have the AGLA, which is our bid league. Well, watching out here, looks like they might strike, goes in, gets a stiff arm, and yes, it's Mean Crusader putting up his second point of the night in this game. And now Wachina is just 2 goals away from their GGL championship. And a Righteous Kill is feeling their perfect season. Well, their perfect season already has slipped away. But they still have a chance. Again, it's at any given time, anybody can make a comeback here. And a Righteous Kill, if they can put on the gas, they can definitely force the game 3 still. Yes, the bid league is for the AGLA, and where captains put points on players kind of on a bid system and draft teams, as opposed to the GGL where you make your own team. And then there is the IGL, which kind of figures everything else in between. I think they've got a draft league, and they've got a reach league, and they do a lot of fun stuff too. And of course the EU GBL, which is our European-based Grifball league. So although I don't imagine a New Zealand host would connect pretty well to a European host. That would be pretty interesting. So Righteous Kill have possession. It is their destiny is within their own hands. I don't really know how that kill just happened, but that was crazy. Righteous Kill scrambling on their pad, and Wachina just giving them a hell of a time. Righteous Kill strafing up top. Epic lunge by Shadow at 16. He comes up with the ball, forces the turnover, and passes it off to the wall, and then to his teammate. Some dodging and weaving. Runner coming to the near side. And it's a 1-on-3 situation right now for that lead tank, so not the best odds. Dropping back, allowing the other tanks to respawn and catch up. Runner being very patient. He's got one tank in front of him. That tank falls, goes and wisely checks the ball out. Not even a second thought about it. But he is killed by Solace right on. It was not the best throw. Ball's now skidding around. And once again, watching out, just all the luck in the world. Of course, not to say that it's not skill. They are definitely in the right place at the right time, stretching the court. Runner is in a corner by himself and fakes out all the tanks. He's going to go for it. No, Crusader looked like he was going to go for it and puts it up. That was pretty Grifballsy. So Crusader almost just outran the entire Righteous Kill team. They got a little bit too aggressive, and unfortunately for Wachina, they put the ball up. Not a pass going anywhere. I think it was just to kind of clear it and get it away. But now the Righteous Kill, once again in possession, once again in charge of their own destiny. They really need to put some points on the board to get this going back in their favor. And this is looking good. Here comes ASP Silent, steps up, runner gets in and gets a stiff arm. And yes, that's Infection, driving home the first goal of the game for a Righteous Kill. They are not out of it yet. All right, 3-1, still anybody's game here in round 5. Infection's going to retrieve the ball for a righteous kill. Hopefully putting some points on the board is going to give them some confidence and maybe even shift the momentum of the game, because so far Wachina has really been dominating. A righteous kill, although really hasn't had that much time of possession, which makes it really, really tough to score if you don't have the ball. Nets take out the trailing tanks. Ace be silent, and Nets now turning upfield. Solace joins them, which means Infection is currently running for a righteous kill. Infection drops back. Switches to the far side. Net stepping in, trading in his running shoes for some tanking shoes. Gotta switch something up. Solace on the pad gets taken out. Runner gets a clutch stiff arm. Keeps him alive. A righteous kill now has oh! Destroy Piggy just with the... Just stabbed a man in the back is what she did. And the ball pops up and falls right into the hands of Wachina. Wachina holding steady. Runner in trouble in that far corner is rescued by his tank. Net stepping up. Now here comes Infection. But everybody's driven out. That's Shadow S16 with the triple kill, at least the triple kill, on the defense of protecting his runner. Wachina very patient, making very few mistakes. But a righteous kill definitely has the tanking power and strength to turn the game around. It is 3-1. It is not over. There are 9 rounds in these Grifball games. It is the first of 5 who get the point, and it is a best-of-3 series. Even though Wachina won Game 1, it is still within Righteous Kill's power to come back and claim the ship for their own. So for those who have been with us since the beginning, or if you're just joining us now, thank you very much for coming out and supporting Grifball. If you like watching Grifball and want some more Grifball action, be sure to favorite us here on Twitch, that little heart you see in the bottom right corner of the screen. That subscription helps us out a ton, lets us know that you like what you're seeing, and it makes us feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Runner in trouble. Crusader just... like a fastball to the backboard there. Wachina battling it out in the center of the court. Methodically and slowly and very technically creeping their way up the court. Now on the far side. Oh, no, he's going to come back and support his runner. So the first game, it was a 5-4 victory for Wachina. The game was 46 minutes long, and it looks like we're probably on track for a similar length game, although the first couple rounds of this one were pretty rapid fire. The last round or two have really kind of ground to a halt as the teams have both dug in. Runner in the corner. Threatened by Ace. Ace runs, jumps, and the runner just runs right beneath him, leaving Ace behind. They got numbers forward, but a righteous kill shuts them down almost instantaneously. The ball's put up. It's a dangerous pass. There's not a lot of umph on it. Ace, be silent, steps up, but it is Piggies who clears the way. Piggy's up top now. Someone running on the back end, too. Piggy's dropping back, chasing down Solace. Trades with him. Runner in trouble in the corner. That's Crusader. Puts the ball up. Shadow with possession. Gets in a lot of trouble. And Righteous Kill's just got to be wondering what they have to do. They had 2 tanks chasing down the runner as he crossed the pad, and they still could not get locked on. Shadow bounces the ball to the corner. Tanks battling away in the center. And a righteous kill is looking on. They had a good look at it, and then it was instantly shut down. A righteous kill. Now here comes Ace Be Silent, tracking down the runner, gets the stiff arm on Shadow, but not before he can throw the ball off. Infection jumped and was able to get a bit of a hammer swing on the ball, but it didn't change its course. Again, this is the GGL Championship match. This is the last game of the GGL 2014 season. A righteous kill now surrounding the runner. Crusader bravely gets the ball off just in time, as he is wont to do. It's kind of like his major skill set. Sab passes back. I believe that's Crusader who has it. Ace Be Silent tearing through. That's a triple kill, I think, for Ace. He manages to get a swing on the runner, but it's not enough. Trade right below the announcer's booth. Runner, that is Crusader, passes the ball far and wide. Oh, Ace almost got there, but was taken out at a trade at the last second. It is watching on with possession, chucking down that far right side, looking for an avenue into the spawn and to bring it up to 4-1. But, of course, that is not on the agenda for a righteous kill. They are looking to force a turnover. They're going to have to change up something. Runner on his own, goes one-on-one, gets a stiff arm on nets, has some room, fancies a go at infection, and instead passes back. Again, the pass to nobody, losing a lot of ground. Watch Nod, it's not like them to not pass to a body who actually picks it up. But maybe it's, oh, Nets with the epic lunge. Ball is free in the corner. Arc comes up with it. They got 2 tanks forward plus the runner. This is looking good. If they're going to strike, it would be a really great time to do it now. Nets isn't able to help, and Solace ends up having to pass the ball all the way back to the spawn line. And again, nobody there. A lot of precious time wasted just retrieving the ball. Runner steps up, gets a stiff arm. Righteous kills tanks are really spread out. Got 2 near the runner, and that Solace on the far side, trying to tangle with Watch and Awe down there. Runner just steps up, punches him in the face, saying, hey, tanks, if you're not going to do it, I will. And unfortunately, that has gotten the runner into trouble a couple times. Runner feints the pass, holds on to it wisely. Again, no fear in this runner, and maybe there should be just a little bit, because now he's in a world of trouble. Puts the ball up, passes to the center. Solace is going to be the one who tracks it down. Gets defended by Ace and Infection. Trucking along the backside of their own spawn. A righteous kill looking to dig themselves out. Runner, again, going for that stiff arm against Shadow, and he gets just one swing hammered to death. And I think that's kind of been a righteous kill's problem for the last couple games, that they're I guess, not patient enough. Runners are going out making challenges that the runner doesn't have to make, and it's causing a lot of turnovers. So watch not have it once again. As these two teams battle out in the center of the field, I want to say thank you to Saints for neutral hosting this game for us. Can never give enough love to the neutral hosts. Although as of November, it's more or less going to be a RIP position, because we won't really need neutral hosts much anymore. And of course, thank you to everybody who comes out, supports this teams, whoever you're cheering for, or like Mango if you cheer for nobody. Runner far side decides to just run past 3 tanks. And Doesn't get the pass back in time, so Solace comes up with it for a righteous kill. A very solid press attack here, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking because I seem to jinx Arc. I'm sorry, guys. Although for those who tuned into the Hubcast, Cal did pick a righteous kill to win, so I'm sure that made Shadow's day. Nets with his runner. While runner gets into a one-on-one, gets the stiff arm. And Solace once again gets a stiff arm to take out Crusader and give himself some more room. He's got his tanks doing pretty well, but they do seem to be having trouble cracking that watch and awe defensive core. Nets leading the way down the far side. Ace Be Silent stepping up. Here comes Infection. Solace still running for a righteous kill. Steps up, gets the stiff arm, and again just narrowly avoids getting betrayed by his tank. Now in the last game, the KD spread was in favor of Watch and Awe. And even though I feel like a righteous kill is doing a pretty good job of killing, I'll take a look here at the stats. Yeah, and it looks pretty even. Although Watch and Awe does still have 2 players over 2,000. So that's probably hurting a righteous kill just a little bit on that KD spread side. And although KD isn't everything, it is a lot easier to score when you can kill things than when you can't kill things. Runner strafing around Infection, trying to press forward because Nets is in to spawn. Here comes a righteous kill. This is a brilliant chance for them to put some points on the board, pull themselves back into this game, but it's all for naught. Infection just couldn't get there in time, and it's heartbreaking for a righteous kill. A righteous kill holding steady. They've got another solid push, so these guys are stringing together some good tanking. They just cannot seem to get the kill, and they need it. Stab right there with the double kill. Instant chase on the runner, and he's going to drop back. The runner is forced to go into that back corner, and there's really no place for him to go. If he passes wide, there's somebody who's waiting for him. Infection clears out the spawn and comes to his runner's defense. Runner gets the stiff arm. Solace is on a killing spree with the ball. Nets is on the plant, but there are 3 members of Watch and Awe between Nets and his runner. Nets finally gets taken out, and again, the offensive by a righteous kill just gets taken down. And they can get 99% of the way there. They just cannot seem to tiptoe across that halo ring. It looks like a runner got launched. Piggy's with the kill, though. And Watch and Awe force another turnover, and now we're on the counterattack. A little bit of miscommunication, but Watch and Awe come up with it. Ace is not able to do any damage. Runner strafing to the far side. He's got 2 tanks with him. holding steady in that far corner, clearing out, pushing forward. Solace gets taken out. Runner holding steady, watching on the spawn. Runner coming near side towards that tank. Solace gets, again, Solace once again, defensive MVP for a righteous kill. Gets another sword, takes down the runner, not for the ball can get launched to the far side and back into Wachanaw's arms. If you're wondering about the streaming setup, we have the Xbox 360 running through the Xbox One and using, we got Cam Twist and, hold on, we've got nope, almost a Wachanaw. Almost a Wachanaw goal. Administrator has to drop back. Cam Twist and ITV and what else is that called? And then a streaming service to push it. Not Flash Media Live Encoder, but something similar. Of course, when the Xbox One comes out, it'll be better. But for right now, this is the way we got to have it set up. So from the chat box, if anybody wants to start taking over-unders on minutes, where this game will be longer or shorter than the previous game. The previous game was 46 minutes. I think we're probably just about approaching that mark, or at least it feels like it. Runner puts the ball up, gets taken out. As always, Wachanaw with some very crisp person-to-person passes, not a lot of waste. But now they are pinned in their spawn area. 3 tanks around the runner. Crusader puts the ball up. Nets is there, and so is Solace. Nets swings, misses, takes out 2 tanks though, but the runner still lives to play. Shadow passing back. Now he's tanking forward. 3 tanks up top for Wachanaw. But they are being shut down pretty quickly by a righteous kill and being driven back to their half of the court. So if you want more Grifball action, be sure to check out GrifballHub.com, which is our homepage where we host our Grifball leagues and our community. You can also follow us on Twitter at Grifball and at GrifballHub. If you're a fan of Facebook, you can like us on Facebook as well. And as always, we do appreciate the subscriptions here, or the favorites here on Twitch, you know, little heart that you see in the bottom of the screen. Wachanaw threatening. Runner looking for an avenue, and it gets shut down, and wisely he backs out. If you'd like to see some more streamed Grifball, we do stream every Wednesday night, starting at 9 Eastern. We stream 2 games, a doubleheader. And on Thursdays, we have Thursday Night Grifball, where we stream a single game at 9 o'clock. GrifballHub is home to several Grifball leagues, some recreational, some super serial, but all are welcome to come and participate. Wachanaw in a lot of trouble. Runner strafing to the far side, just trying to get away from the plant. And Ace Be Silent having a hard time tracking him down, trying to anticipate the pass, and because of it, Runner got a lot of room to run. Wachanaw in the spawn. Runner steps up, gets the stiff arm on net, and drives it home. That is Piggies with the 4th point. All right, it is do or die time now. One more point. Wachina is only 1 point away from claiming their championship. Can a righteous kill mount the most epic comeback ever to force a game 3? Well, they're going to be hard-pressed to do it because Wachina win the tip-off yet again. Wachina, very patient. Pass the ball back. Infection threatening. Renner does some fancy footwork until his tank is able to step in and take him out. Strafing forward. Runner holding it about mid-court, waiting for his tanks to catch up to him. A righteous kill doing a really good job of surrounding the runner, but they really haven't been able to shut him down throughout pretty much either game so far. Ball's free, but it looks like it was just a desperation throw or something that's ill-timed because now a righteous kill have it and they are on the door. That must be Net's Pride up on the wall hop. He goes, he drops. Does he make it? No! Shut down. Piggies just ends that right there, puts the kibosh on it. Righteous kill come up with it, and now we're on the counterattack. Ball pass to the far side. Someone running down the near side going for goal. Draws Net's attention. Having to drop all the way back to his spawn under pressure from Nets. Puts the ball up to the far side. Ball rolling around in the center of the court, and now Wachina trying to leave a righteous kill outnumbered and off balance, but Sav has to pass it back. A little bit overthrown. A lot of back and forth movement by Wachina. They'll press forward, try and draw a righteous kill with them, and then pass it back to create space. If Wachina wins, will Pig become the only female to win 2 GGLs? I think that might be accurate, Demise. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's would be a very good guess. Righteous kill come up off the turnover and are looking to... They got to turn it around. This is kind of their last chance. It's not impossible, but they definitely have a steep road of comeback is real that they're going to have to climb. Righteous kill threatening. Runner takes a hit, gets bounced, sees an opening. Just needs 1 or 2 kills. Runner steps in, gets it, and then walks it on in. Net's Pride with the 2nd point for a righteous kill. They are not out of this yet. So I guess the question is the comeback real? Guess we're going to have to just wait and find out. So stranger things have happened than teams choking on 4-1 leads. But Wachina looking pretty good right about now. Won the tip-off, looking confident. Getting a little bit heated, a little bit excited now. It's okay, you be as excited as you want. Runner trapped in the corner, goes up against Solace, gets the stiff arm. Running down the near side, a lot of space. Again, drawing all the tanks from a Righteous Kill towards him so that he can pass it back to... Can't quite make out. That was Shadow. Shadow crosses it to the other side. And now the runner's all alone. So lonely. Looks like it gets popped up by Infection. That was Crusader. And is able to cross it right back to the announcer's booth. We appreciate it, Crusader. Thank you for thinking of us. And again, pass back to the spawn. Someone's not even there, but somebody who will be there. That's the kind of passing that Wachina is capable of. I got bodies flying all over the place. Well, if any team can come back from a 4-1 deficit, Righteous Kill can. Surrounding the runner, Infection gets the lunge. Ball just gets passed to the wall. Looks like Solace is able to take down the runner, or rather the enemy tank, and it is a Righteous Kill who are going to come up with the ball. So this worked well for them last time. They were able to put some points on the board. See if they're able to do it again. Infection just kind of going God mode as he protects his runner. Solace staking down the far side, opening himself up. Runner dodging back and forth. Solace still up high, squaring off against Wachina on their own plant. Runner step back, gets a stiff arm. He's got two tanks working forward. Solace still causing some problems in the Wachina spawn. Righteous Kill moving to try and take advantage of the disorganization. You can see very clearly that Wachina has 3 tanks facing the runner, and they had 1 going after Solace, but after taking him out, still 2 tanks up high. Here comes Solace racing back into the fray. But a great defensive stand by Wachina. Arc running, dropping back, passes the ball. That is Ace Be Silent, who's going to pick it up. He's shifting to the far side. Solace is up top, but is taken out. Ace once again passes back. Solace is there, but under pressure. Bounces back. Ace is able to protect his runner once, but not twice. The ball is pitched forward and right past the Wachina line. It's a 1v1 on the plant. Runner gets a stiff arm and he walks it in. Nets Pry. Goal number 3. The tension is mounting. That lead that was so comfortable for Wachina is slowly dissipating. It is disappearing before our very eyes, and here comes a Righteous Kill, winning the opening tip-off. Had a thought of a pro run, but thought better of it. Righteous Kill going on the attack. Back there on the spawn, shifting around. He's got Solace as some help, and he's moving on his way forward. Pass to the near side. Infection picks it up. Dancing around, holding about mid-court. Under pressure, runner runs back, gets bounced. Ball goes straight up, does not go anywhere good. But Watch Not has a trouble finding it, and Righteous Kill can breathe a brief sigh of relief. A lot of stutter stepping, dancing maneuvers going on here. Runner does a little do-si-do with the sword tank, comes out alive. Heavy pressure here by Watch and Awe. Net's in the spawn doing work, but the runner nowhere near him. The runner all the way back on his own spawn, so spanning the whole length of the court. Despite Net's going crazy, I think he got at least a kill tack. Just standing in the spawn, but the runner was nowhere to be found. A Righteous Kill having to reset. Runner in trouble, steps up, gets a stiff arm. If you're just joining us, this is game 2 of our championship series. Game 1 went to Watch and Awe 5-4. It was a 46-minute match. Definitely think game 2 is probably going on a bit longer, but it is just as every bit of exciting. Even though Watch and Awe had a 4-1 lead at one point, it is now 4-3. And still a lot of tension going on because one more goal. That's all Watch and Awe needs to take the championship. A Righteous Kill is going to... They've made a great stand comeback so far, but they're still a long ways from victory. If Watch and Awe, or if a Righteous Kill can take this game, they'll force a game 3. Runner's in trouble, puts the ball up, chucks it to the far side. Nets is there to pick it up. Again, not nearly as long as the famous 2 hour and 30-minute match. So if this is an hour match, that's nothing. These teams are evenly matched. Runner in trouble going to the far side. Nets passes the ball off. That is Ace is going to pick it up. Again, passing the side, but it is an ill pass and a great save by Ace Be Silent. Running down the far side. And that is Ace with the ball. Yep, that is Ace. He being defended by Infection. Ace runs, jumps, gets one stiff arm, cannot get the second. Shadow S16 with the kill and the turnover. A 2-minute game sounds intense. I've had a 2-minute game. It wasn't fun. I'll just say that perfectly clear. Ask Digital Pain about Ways and Means Committee versus Team USA. Probably to this day still the fastest game of Grifball of all time. Here comes Watch and Awe, looking to put this game to bed. It's late. People got school in the morning. I remember Pac-Man saying his bedtime's at 11, so hopefully we'll finish up before then. Watch and Awe now mounting their offensive. Tucking into this corner. Got one tank on the far side, drifting back. Runner in a lot of trouble, having to cross his own pad just to get to the far side. Now he's got a tank streaking towards the goal and an assistant tank as well. He's got someone on the pad. The only one standing between them is Solace. Can Solace do it? Can Solace stop it and save the day? Yes, Solace pops a runner up. Crusader passes the ball straight down. Solace comes up with it. There's an explosion of bodies everywhere. And a righteous kill narrowly avoid the end of their postseason run right there. Fantastic, just stand-up defense by Solace. Yes, Way Hoot. I'm sorry. It is. Runner with a stiff arm. Net's running, jumping, trying desperately to will his team to another victory. He's already got 3 consecutive championships. He's looking for 4. Nets once again trying to go ham in the spawn. Here comes a righteous kill crashing down on the... They're right there. Can they get this kill? Yes! And that is what Solace with the double kill, allowing that walk in. We are 4-4. I can't believe it. Well, that's Grifball for you, folks. And Watch and Awe come up with it. So what an epic comeback by a righteous kill. It is almost unbelievable that they were down by so much. They didn't have the momentum of the previous game because they lost game 1, going into game 2 at a disadvantage, going down 4-1, and now the comeback, could it be real? It is now 4-4. It is sudden death Grifball, my favorite kind of Grifball. Oh, and there's a little doohickey. Let me take care of that. Pushing forward. Here's Watch and Awe. They've got an open plan, and it is. They're in. Watch and Awe take the championship. After a heroic effort by a righteous kill, Watch and Awe just stab the knife and twist. What an epic comeback. What an amazing game series. Let's take a look at the stats. Shadow at 38.45, Sap at 35.75, Pigs at 32.15, and Crusader at 27.15. Nets Pride at 38.15, so only 30 points less than Shadow. Ace Be Silent 38.05. Solace 33.10, and Infection 22.25. So Crusader had 3 of the goals, Pigs had 1, Shadow had 1, Nets had 2, and Infection had 2. You can see defensive stops for both teams. Quite a few interceptions, 1 for Ace, 1 for Solace for a righteous kill, and 1 for Shadow for Watch and Awe. The The game was 60 minutes and 37 seconds, so exactly an hour. Shadow at -39, Sag -18, Piggy's -6, Crusader -27, Nets Pride +17, Ace +30, Solace +2, and Infection +12. So despite everybody on Watchnot going negative, and despite everybody on Arc going positive, Watchnot managed to pull off the win. And what an amazing, amazing game these two teams put up for you tonight. And yes, the video profits that Watchnot put up, Pac-Man, you're right. They navigated the trenches on the Death Star, and they, it was no bigger than a womp rat back home, and I guess they took care of it. But what an amazing, amazing series by these two fantastic teams. So that is all for this live stream tonight. For those who have been with us since 8 o'clock, thank you so much for sticking with me and for being here for these two fantastic teams. I know they really appreciate the support of the community and your cheering and your enthusiasm. So yes, Rage has another ship. It's another ship for Shadow, which means that Maria will stay with him for another year. And just good game to everybody. So congratulations to Watchnot, your GGL Summer League 2014 champions, and good game to Righteous Kill, your runners-up. So thank you again to everybody in the chat box for coming up, supporting these two amazing teams. What an epic match where Watchnot went up 4-1, Righteous Kill rallied back to a 4-4, and then Watchnot finally drove that last one home. And yeah, so congratulations to everybody on Watchnot. And that is it for this live stream. I'm going to go pass out and not be able to talk tomorrow. But thank you, everybody in the chat box who has kept me company. And I hope you all have a fantastic evening.